Ian toko inawa ko Wanamaker. Te whanau ko Manga Rei. Te Monga. Ko Ngātawisaga te awa. Kia ora. Kia ora hockey whanau. Welcome to this live stream broadcast that we are presenting here this evening. Thank you very much for tuning in with us when you have multiple sporting options to choose from. So we do thank you very, very much on behalf of Josh and myself. I'm Ian Wanamaker. I'm one of the commentators here this evening, flying a bit of hand solo. So be patient. We are going to be doing the best we can. We've got some excellent live ice hockey happening here this evening. Botany, Paradise Botany out in East Auckland between the Botany Swarm and the West Auckland Admirals, as the Botany Swarm gets a big cheer here as they've just sent out number 24, Remy Sandoy, celebrating his 150th game in the NZIHL. Congrats, Remy Sandoy. Hats off to you, sir. Ka pai, tina pai. You are a champion of this game. We thank you for being involved, and we absolutely love seeing you out there and getting the support that you well deserve. This man started playing ice hockey when he was 17 years old. He debuted out in West Auckland in 2010. And then he moved down to Dunedin and he studied down there. So he spent 4 years in Dunedin. He played with the Thunder for a little while and then moved back up to Auckland, and he has come back into the Swarm. He's come into the Swarm, I should say. I was actually his coach for a little while. And we'll be speaking to him in the second period intermission break. So stay tuned to that. In the first period intermission break, in between the first and second period, we play 3 periods of ice hockey. All of them are 20 minutes in length. It is stop time, so there will be a lot of whistles, and they'll be stopping. The referees are in charge of dropping the puck. In between first and second period, we will be speaking to Swarm stalwart and captain Andrew Hay, number 13. He is entering his 19th season in the NZIHL. I am very much so looking forward to speaking to Andrew and getting his thoughts on not only this evening's matchup, the crosstown rival West Auckland Admirals playing against the Botany Swarm here at the home of the Swarm, the Hive as it's called, with lots of fans in attendance. Very great to see when you've got the all-black matchup coming up tonight against Ireland at the Fortress Eden Park. So as both teams huddle around their goaltenders, they have a cheer getting themselves ready. This is the very beginning. It's the start of the NZIHL season for both of these teams, whereas we've got the other clubs have already started. The Sky City Stampede played 2 games against the Phoenix Thunder, and they were victorious in both of those matchups, so they have full points. They have a full 6 points on the top of the table, and the Thunder, the Phoenix Thunder, are sitting with none. And currently, after 1 period of play, we have the Sky City Stampede, 0. The Canterbury Red Devils, 0. That is after 1 period of play down in Christchurch. So thank you again for tuning in to this broadcast. I'm Ian Wanamaker, and we are about to have a puck drop between the West Auckland Admirals and the Botany Swarm. Puck is dropped, and we have an early face-off win for the West Auckland Admirals. As Ellis, he gets in over the line, gives the hair up. They dump inside the Botany zone. Vortnov gives it up, but they managed to get it back. But unfortunately, Ellis and looks like Ollie Hay have collided into the goaltender, Matt Kennedy, and it's knocked the net off of its pegs. The net has these metal pegs at the bottom that secure it into the ice surface, and it's meant to stay still and not move. So unfortunately, we've had a knock into that net, and we have an early stoppage. If that's any indication as how this game might go, please stay with us, as you're going to see lots of action, this is the quickest game on earth, and it is live from the Hive in Botany, Auckland, New Zealand. That's Robin Vortnov chasing after the puck, trying to stick lift Justin Daigle. As Ellis battles with Thuler, one of the left-handed defensemen on the Botany Swarm, and Polozov looking to reach Robin Vortnov, but that gets taken away by Nick Henderson. Henderson decides he's going to go off for a change, gives it to his captain, Alexander Daig. Excuse me, that's Justin. That's a bad habit. Alexander Daig was a former first-round draft pick of the NHL. I'm not sure if they're related. I'll have to ask Justin. Thuler over to Janssen. Janssen skating well. Has it taken away by Flynn Hayward-Jones. Gets up the wall to Rooney. Rooney over to Chalice. Chalice skating well. A former Botany Swarm player. Take a nice hard low shot against Canada, and he makes no mistake with that save, easily sending it to the corner. Admirals still holding on to the puck, but turned over to Hopkinson. Hopkinson passes to Kozak. Kozak dumps it in behind Chaba, Kriskos, Mangos. Good pace to this game to start off with. Mason Kennedy, number 8 for the Admirals. Pass to the wing to Moses. Moses goes cross rink to Taylor Rooney. He just elects to dump down into the Botany zone. Andy Hay back to chase. He mishandles it. Send in front, shot, scores! And we got a goal. That is Scott Henry straight away taking advantage of an errant play by Andy. Kind of a miscue off the stick. He would have liked to have that one gone out of the zone. Unfortunately, it looks like Vespers capitalizes, steals that off him, gives it to number 28, Scott Henry, and he finds the back of the net real quick as Kennedy couldn't get the glove on it. As the Admirals take a 1-0 lead very early on in this NZIHL Auckland Derby, local derby between these crosstown rivals. So we're going to have a bit of a reset here. The refs dropped the puck. They didn't quite like the setup, so they're going to do it again. So Ollie Hay skates well, takes a hit from Henry on the boards. Henry gets it back. It's on the sidewall. Looking cross ice, has it stopped. That's Gavin Puckett, one of the imports for the Botany Swarm. Looking to make his mark once again this season. Correct me if I'm wrong, I think he might be one of the only imports on this Botany Swarm team. That is incorrect. We've got Thuler and Kennedy also considered imports. All right, here we go. Back to the man of the 150th test. Sends a great pass up to Vordanov. Vordanov could have a break here, but Flynn Hayward-Jones gets back in time. Angles Vordanov off of the puck. Good muscle there. As Daigle has it, throws it up the middle. Thuler intercepts. Polozov, 2-on-2 shaping up. Nice move. Goes on to the backward skating shot. First shot on goal, and well read by Chaba. Big hit in the corner by Andy Hart, sending his man to the ice. And another massive hit as Mawson steps into his man, as some physicality early on in this first period. And Vordanov drives wide on Daig. Stops up. Passes to the point. One-time attempt. Thuler doesn't connect with it cleanly, and he goes for a change. But nope, he's going to come back on to play the puck. Otherwise, that could have been a too many men, as Hopkinson elected to pass him the puck while he was skating to the bench. Bit of a misplay there by Hopkinson as he noticed his man was going to the bench. Gave him the puck anyway. Johnson has a break here. Shot blockered away by Chaba. And Admirals break it out the other way. Ellis has a 2-on-2. Is angled very well by Mawson. Mawson is a very big man, using his size to his advantage as the Swarm break out of their zone. That's Hopkinson. Dumps it in behind the net. Mason Kennedy with it. Number 8 for the Admirals. Up to Nick Henderson, 27. Good passing here by the Admirals. Up to Harrop. Harrop, 2-on-2. Skates wide, goes around Andy Hay. And he's doing well to give him a good stick check. Pass in front. Mason Kennedy shot on net. Blocked by Kennedy. Aptly sent out of danger. And given to Regan, wearing number 16 for the West Auckland Admirals. Very smooth skating young man. Left-handed shot. Looking for a passing option here. He goes to the top to Chalice. Chalice over to Fraser Ellis. And that shot is blocked away by Kennedy. Josh Whitston-Lee. Just returning back from a massive inline hockey tournament down in New Plymouth. Got to give him a big shout out, as I did play with him momentarily on one of his teams when his players went down with injury. I got to lace up some inline boots with him, so kapoi and tirapai for that. Thank you very much, Josh. Pleasure playing down there in New Plymouth. You are a very talented young person, is for sure. He plays 2 codes, folks, so that's quite an athlete. All right, we've just passed the 5-minute mark of the first period, and Ollie Hay steps in. Ooh, and a shot save as traffic converges in front of Chaba, and Remy is giving a business to a young man. And we have a bit of business happening in front of the Admirals. Goalkeeper Chaba Kriskosh Mangosh. He made the save, but then there was a lot of extracurriculars with some how you doing, how's your mother, how's your father type business. Both teams trying to exert some early dominance, but it's the Admirals ahead by 1, and we play on. Admirals clear the zone very well here. Sistroni chasing. He's on a line with Scott Henry, and Henry gets a shoulder there by Mawson. That's Thuler. Over to Mawson, up to Robin Vordanov. Vordanov can't handle the pass. Henry dumps it down, looking to go on the counter-attack. Mawson, wearing 47 this year. To ask him what the significance of that number is. Flynn Hayward-Jones. Had it for a moment. Now it's Vordanov. Skating well through the neutral zone. On the back end. Atwell providing a bit of a pick for him. They kind of lose the puck there. Both teams having the puck, giving it away, getting it back. Turnovers can be a very massive thing in this game if you turn the puck over and the other team gets it. You definitely want to be holding on to it, but in this game, you need the puck to also help you by moving quite quickly, as you can the puck travels a lot faster than the man does. As icing is waved off, Andy Hart was there on the hard forecheck towards Andrew Hay. Andrew Hay, learning from his earlier mishaps, gets the puck out of the zone. Kozak, one-on-one, spinorama move, tries to go to the forehand, and the puck evades him. He does have it back. Stops up behind the goal, looking for centering pass, does. One-time shot by Hopkinson, and that was very well read by Chaba Kriskosh Mangos, and he will hold on. I'm going to give a shout out to Bryce Rouse, who I hope is recovering. He's my co-commentator this evening, but he unfortunately could not make it in. So we're going to do our best on our own here. We're at the Hive in Botany. He'll probably be watching this game, and no question about that, in the comfort of his own home, as I imagine lots of people might be doing this evening. So if you are ever in a position where you're watching this beautiful game, wondering, where do I go and watch that? Jump on the AIHA website or even search in Google ice hockey tickets, and you should be able to find some tickets to the local matchups that occur. There's only 2 rinks in Auckland, and this is one of them, as we have a shot saved by Kennedy, extending that left pad on Max Vesper. Polozov with a drop pass to Ollie Hay. Ollie Hay, shot. Ooh, and Chaba makes a nice squeeze play against that right-hand side post, but in the process, he's knocked the net off of its pegs, and we will have a stop. So Robin Vordanov, he's going to go and chat with the referee and say, hey, can you just maybe explain to us what the call is there, please? Because that's happened before at this rink, and sometimes goaltenders do take advantage of that when there is offensive pressure against them as a way of stopping that pressure with a whistle. So play has reset. Jordan Chalice with it now. He sends a great pass up, but intercepted by Mawson. Gives it to Hill. And he gets spilled very hard by Jordan Chalice. That's number 89, Max Hill. I would consider him another youngster, but he's in his young 20s. He absorbs a hit there from Jordan, a veteran of this league and of this rink. He's played many, many games here for the opposition, the Botany Swarm. And I know that Mr. Ian Chalice is in the stands, and very hat tilt to you, sir. Great to see you providing that consistent support for your whānau and your boy Jordan, and now also his children. So we've got a few generations in the building. All right, Vesper, number 33, dumps a backhand down to Rooney. Rooney sends it in front of the goal, goes through 2 Swarm defenders' legs, all the way out to Mason Kennedy. Mason over to his brother Taylor, up to Vesper. Max looking to avoid a errant glove that's just been strewn onto the ice. So hopefully at a stoppage, the referees will pick that up and give it to the player who's missing one. You certainly need those. Can't play the game without gloves on your hands, or you could. Just a bit risky. As we had a small hit from the back there, as the referee may not have picked it up watching the play. There's only one referee, and they have the red armbands on with the black and white stripes. And they are the one who calls the infractions or the penalties that go against the rules of the game. And you've got a couple of other referees there. They are the linesmen. They usually stay close to the blue lines, and they call offsides and icings. Scott Henry, the assisting on the goal. Oh, he just gets absolutely leveled with a hard shoulder check by Molly Hay. And Remy sends down Vinny Sestroni to the ice. Once again, some good physicality in this game. Ollie Hay goes one-on-one with the D, takes a nice move around and sidestep shot. Oh, glove saved by Chubba. The puck is there. It is loose in front. Still not covered. Players battle for it. Ollie crashes the net, and no goal. That puck is kicked away from danger, but the net has been knocked off once again, and we have a stop. Wow, so we've got 10 minutes played. We've hit 10 minutes, 7 seconds to be exact. Admirals are up by 1, so it is a very close contest. Swarm none, but they are looking to strike here and get one on the board at the Hive. Looks like both of their fourth line units are out there. We've got Ong lined up here with, let's check that, Eddie Commons and Hill, with Thuler on the defending end with Mawson. Flynn Hayward-Jones, the defender for the Admirals. Manages to get it to the line, not cleared. Mawson's shot's blocked. Andy Hart skates away with it now. Thuler chases. Tries to lay the body, misses. Hart still has it. Does well to avoid the checking of Hill. Takes another hit from Mawson. And Daigle has it, gives it away in the middle to Commons. Commons wearing 9. He's playing on a line with Hill. Hill skates behind the goal, has it now, looking for someone in front, goes to the point to Mawson. Mawson steps into a shot, takes a ricochet, manages to get hit, but doesn't reach the goal. As Daigle hits his man, Kozak. I imagine they'll be seeing a lot of each other, two very talented players. That shot doesn't get through. Good blocks here by the Admirals, not allowing the Swarm to get through with their chances as they make some changes. And Kozak dumps the puck towards Daigle. He aptly stops that with good hand-eye coordination, puts it down to himself, sets up behind the goal. Long stretch pass here to Ellis, who's at the other team's blue line, really using the wide and like the huge length of this rink. It's an official international size ice rink. That means it's 200 feet by roughly 80 feet wide. I don't know what that is in meters, but it's an awful long way. Henderson, nice wrist shot, gloved down by Kennedy. And we have a 2-on-1 shaping up going the other way. Jonsson with Polozov. Does he shoot? Yes, he does. Right into the midsection of Chaba. Pretty easy save for a goalkeeper on a 2-on-1. You really want to get him moving. But he's definitely not too pleased about that, looking at his facial expressions. So there you have it. It's another save for Chaba. All right, we've got a question here on YouTube on the live stream. If we can explain the rules around physical contact. Some years ago that seemed to be none allowed. Well, this is a New Zealand Ice Hockey League that has adopted its rules from two places mainly. One of them being the IIHF, that is the International Ice Hockey Federation. That is the kind of the governing body of all the rules internationally. However, there's another place called the NHL, another company, and they are the best of the best, I guess, and they have their own set of rules as well. So they allow both in IIHF and NHL rules, there is allowed to have physical contact. Players are allowed to bump one another for the puck, as long as it's not in excess or with malice or done when the puck is not there. If the puck is in, they have possession, then you are allowed to hit that player. That's fine. But if they don't have that puck, or they're hit in a manner when they can't be seen or they can't see the opposing person hitting them, then that's not allowed, and that would be a penalty. All right, we'll get back to the action here. Rooney doesn't get his target, so we have Whitson Lee skating well. Does a great move to dangle his defender, but can't get past Justin Daigle. Keep wanting to call him Alex. Vesper, 2-on-1 shot to Vinny. What a save! Oh no, it's in! Kennedy had it on the glove, and then it squirts in over the line as the Admirals come back and strike right away after Winston Lee had an amazing chance at the other end, and the Admirals come back onto this side, and then they score. 2-0 in the first period with just under 7 minutes remaining to go in the first 20 minutes here at the Hive. So there you have it, team. I mean, Josh Winston Lee did really well with his initial entrance into the Admiral zone, did well with his great move, but then the puck got turned over and then went all the way down, 200 feet down the other way, 2-on-1, pass across, and Vinny Cistrone made no mistake and one-timed that shot into the goal. Kennedy did well to get a piece of it, but it was hard enough to get all the way through. So we have a 2-goal game here. Admirals ahead by that scoreline. Swarm looking to answer back. Relatively one of the few whistles that we've had here this evening, as a linesman has seen an offside. So there is lots of action here with the NZIHL. Both teams looking to get their first points on the table, which already has the Sky City Stampede ahead with 6, as they are the reigning champions of this NZIHL league here in New Zealand. Very talented team down in the South Island, based out of Queenstown. As Andy Hart skates over the line, takes a big hit. He sidesteps Andy Hay coming through, and the players collide. It looked a little bit awkward, and Andy comes off. Hopefully he'd be all right. Jonsson skates around his defender, Taylor. Cuts in the net, does a wraparound attempt, and in the process does not score, but the net looks like it might have come off again. Something the referees may have to take a look at. Taylor Kennedy, gets run into by Kozak, but he gets sat down. Looks like the whistle has gone again, as the referees will discuss what happened. So once again, that goal was scored by Vinny Cistrone. I believe he's wearing number 15. And the assist was to... Who was the assist to? Let's have a look at that one, as they are just announcing the goal now. Well, let's get back to you on that. All right, Swarm setting up here. Looks like they have no, they don't have a power play, but for a moment it looked like they were in total control in the other team's zone. Often that'll happen when there is a power play. You'd have an extra man. So as the Swarm looked like a little bit of miscommunication there, as both players are communicating back to one another, and there was an errant pass that didn't reach its intended person. So that means they will be charged with an icing. So the puck will come all the way down into the Swarm zone and get dropped in at the circle dot area to the left-hand side of the goalkeeper, Matt Kennedy. Flynn Hayward-Jones, backhand shot, misses the goal. Ollie with it. Passes up to Vortnov, back to Ollie Hay. They go back to Vortnov, trying to clear the zone. He does, to Polozov. Polozov goes over the line with a move, but it looked like Michael Atwell might have been just ahead of him, and that will result in an offside. So Swarm looking to get something together here, trying to push the envelope a little bit and try to get themselves on the scoreboard. Often when you have a 2-goal deficit, you're trying that much harder to overcome it, and there's a little bit more pressure added to you. So if you're a coach or a coach for this any team, and you're down by a couple of goals, you really want to reassure your team. This is what you've been training for. You've been getting yourselves ready for all of these conditions and situations. So surely the coaching staff for the Swarm will have some calming words of wisdom, get their team back into this game. Eddie Commons has the puck, but he gave it away. Flynn Hayward-Jones sends it up the wall at the boards. Thuler does well to keep that in. Admirals trying to get the puck out of the zone. Lillard is doing well to keep it in. However, Daigle says he'll take that. He skates up the ice. And that is an offside. So going from no whistles, we've got 3-4 whistles happening kind of in an instant in the last couple of minutes. So we're at 4 minutes, 13 seconds in the first period. And as we have said previously, we play 3 periods of 20 minutes in length. So that is a full hour's game. But it does take a little bit longer than an hour because we have stops when there is a whistle and breaks in between the periods to resurface the ice. And that's Simon, Luke Simon. He sends the puck in. As he's wearing that number 4, Bobby Orr's old number, and one of the most famous Canadian ice hockey players to come out of that country. Very smooth skating defenseman that almost revolutionized, or definitely revolutionized the game with his style of play. And we have Kozak, sends it up to Richie Hopkinson. Hopkinson avoids the stick check, but does get checked by Chamberlain. Chamberlain, that's Caleb with it. Gets it taken off him by Kozak. 2-on-2 going the other way. Kozak has a hit, and then the other man goes down. Regan skating hard. Michael Atwell chasing. Kind of takes him down with a tripping play. And it looks like Atwell will be penalized as, no, you cannot do that. That's not allowed. Initially, Atwell was in great position to make a body check. However, once he made contact, the faster skating Regan was ahead of him, and Atwell tried to stay with him by using his body, but used his body in a way to trip the feet of that particular player. As there seemed to be a little bit of confusion as to who was taking that penalty. I think number 6, Atwell, possibly knowing he was the guilty party, tried to get away with, no, it wasn't me, ref. See if they were watching, but they certainly were. They got his number. Now he's gone into the penalty box. And the shot from the point. Dale Harrop with a great wrist shot. Takes the deflection, hits off the post on the left side of Kennedy as the Admirals go on to the power play. Looking to make it to a 3-0 lead here. And they have Henderson playing catch with Ellis. Ellis gives it, drop pass to Henderson. Henderson gives it to Daigle at the top of the power play. Henderson now looking to shoot. He does. Blocked by Remy Sandoy. And Sandoy sends it almost out of the zone. Daigle's there to stop it. A lot of room for this team to work with as they pass around the setup of the Botany Swarm. And it looks like Gavin Puckett, one of the penalty killers, does well to poke check the puck out of the zone there as the Admirals reset. Daigle comes in, quick, hard shot, low. Right pad saved by Kennedy. Ellis, he regroups. Gives it to Mason Kennedy. Mason Kennedy retreats behind his net. Moses puts the puck in. Not an icing call. Looks like that couldn't have been called. Could have been, possibly. There's lots of critics here, a lot of even from the players' bench kind of up in arms, saying that could have been an icing and then it could have been an offside. So again, the people that are calling the game are the referees, the ones that have those stripes. As much as the players love to think that they are in charge of how the game is officiated, they like to voice their opinion every once in a while, or often, depending on the player. And the referees are quick to let them know who's back in charge. Nevertheless, we got 33 seconds left and a minute and a half of first period action. As the Admirals are on the power play, or the man advantage. Mawson introduces himself to Kennedy, and the puck goes to the net, and we have an Admiral on top of the goalie as a scrum ensues. Moses is throwing punches. We got punches being thrown by Kennedy. A couple of face washes. So the puck was stopped by Kennedy. He had it. Well, there was also an Admiral player that managed to go and crash and land on top of the goalie. And then there was a massive scrum that ensued after that as players came in. And when I say face wash, that means that one of the players used their hand and put it in the other person's face and just kind of, without any soap, just said, I'm going to give you a nice face wash. That's what they do. Gloves are often really smelly after long periods of play in a game. So it looks like no penalties called. The referees let them battle. Admirals still on the power play. That is very fascinating that nothing gets called when you have multiple players punching. A shot and another goal by the Admirals. One-time shot by Henderson. Pass from the corner, and it's 3-0 at the Hive in Botany. Not what the doctor ordered for the Swarm, that is for sure. As the Admirals faithful have been awoken here, they just all stand up and celebrate. And the Botany fans quietly sit down and wonder, what can we do? So a total of 10 shots by the Admirals, 3 goals. Not great stats if you are the goalkeeper. However, looks like the coaching staff will keep their faith in Kennedy, as it is only the first period, and the Swarm have put up 6 shots on net to the Admirals' 10. As they are back on the attack again, the Admirals sending a backhand through, and Kennedy has to hold on to that. Quite a lot of after the whistle play ensuing. So after that means like after the goaltender has held on to the puck and there's a whistle, the players on both sides are trying to really push around the other team and give them the business. Let them know that they're there, but also kind of say we're here to play. You're not going to push us around. As there's another shot, bit of a deflection, and Kennedy elects to glove and hold that. So a lot of action here in this one half, really. If you even though the ice is split into 3 kind of zones, you've got a defensive zone, a neutral zone, and an offensive zone. The Swarm finally now are into the other end after sustaining a lot of pressure inside their zone. And taking penalties like that also has really hurt them so far in this period. And a giveaway in front of the net. Scott Henry takes a backhand shot. Swarm losing their temperament here, mishandling the puck right in front of their own goal. Polozov back the other side. Wrist shot goes over the goal. And Polozov chases, doesn't reach it. The puck is sent up the wall to Sestroni. Sestroni back to Henry, and he dumps it all the way down the rink. However, the Hooter goes from period number 1, and we have a scoreline of 3-0. So, stick with us, folks. Thank you very much again for watching. It is 3-0 from the West Auckland team and none to the Botany Swarm. We're going to have an interview with Swarm captain Andrew Hay after this period break. Kia ora whanau, welcome back to the NZIHL live stream broadcast. I am Ian Wanamaker. I'm joined by an absolute legend of the game. This man here has played over 80 games, 83 to be exact. Not just, this is for New Zealand, so that's representing the New Zealand under-18s, under-20s, Ice Blacks level. He's won every color medal that you can have and imagine. That's internationally and nationally. So you hold multiple records, some of them for the Ice Blacks. Tied 24th of all-time points. First in PIMS. Slightly ahead of your brother Josh. He's on 78, you're on 85.
Wow.
And you've also got the most games played in Ice Blacks history. So out of all of that so far, Andrew, like, are any that stand above the rest for you?
Oh, not really. You mentioned the gold medals. They were probably the highlight of my career. Didn't really think too much about individual stuff. Didn't really have to. Was never really up for many of those awards, to be honest. Always happy to just be part of the team and contribute whatever my role was, which changed over the years, but that's cool. That's all part of evolving and growing as a hockey player. And yeah, just really enjoy the team aspect, really. So anything we achieved as a team, whether it was beating Australia or winning a gold medal at the World Champs, it was probably more the team stuff that I was more excited about, to be honest with you. Absolutely, mate. And you are such a team guy, and we are very privileged to have you joining us again. And your team here is down a little bit of a hole now at the moment with the lead 3 to the Admirals and none to you. Can we get your thoughts so far in the first period of the game? Oh, we didn't start off too well. I thought, just a couple of individual mistakes, really, more than anything, and they managed to put the puck in the back of the net. But I think we're certainly getting our quality opportunities, just a couple of little tinkers here and there, and I think we'll get a few more good opportunities. We've just got to tighten up in our D zone and be a bit more aware of players that don't have the puck rather than the ones that do. But we're still confident. We've got a good squad, so we're confident we can come back here. Absolutely. You've got 2 more periods of play. It's first game in an awful long time for a lot of players, but you're also involved with the Mako, and like that, a lot of these preparation games would have served really well for this. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, you're entering in your 19th season. Oh, don't say that. Everyone knows. Everyone knows I'm really old now. Well, then I'll have to ask you then if there's any plans for the 20th, because that's a milestone that no one in this country has ever accomplished. We'll see. We'll just play it year by year at this point. But yeah, just happy to be part of the team, and I'll do my best to do what I can to get a win for the Swarm and do well over the season. And if that works out for next year as well, then happy days. But yeah, we'll just worry about this. In fact, we'll just worry about this next period coming up. Like you say, we're in a bit of a hole, and we're going to have to work hard to get out of here. Yeah, a bit of noise from the crowd would be good. Get them into it, give you some boost. Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully a few big cheers when there's some good plays by our lads. But yeah, we'll see how we get on. Excellent. And I got to ask you one more thing before you go. There's a couple of things here. One of the biggest rivalries in sports that we've seen recently is the Colorado Avalanche and the Detroit Red Wings. I don't know if you've ever watched that. I know in '96 I was a teenager watching some of that when Lemieux hit Draper from behind. Is there any rivalry still existing between the Botany Swarm and the West Auckland team? And how would you rate that? Oh, I think there definitely is. I mean, you saw that period. There was some big hits being thrown. I got hit a couple of times, tried to throw a couple of hits. But, yeah, I think there definitely is. I mean, it sort of comes and goes a little bit, I think. But, yeah, I think it's certainly here for this season. But hopefully it's just a bit more of a hockey-related rivalry, and, the teams are just competing for the win. And we're both proud to wear the jerseys that we're wearing, just, play with a bit of pride out there and do what we can to get the win. So definitely I think it's nice and healthy and strong. Absolutely, mate. And you're a proud Kiwi, and the Kiwis are taking on Ireland tonight at Eden Park. I was wondering what your thoughts can be on that match, but maybe you can tell me afterwards. You got to focus here on the job. All Blacks Eden Park is something that means a lot to you and at that fortress. So again, all the best for tonight and the rest of the way, this game and also the rest of this season. And once you get there, next season as well. All the best, Andy. Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks, Wani. Awesome.
Kia ora whanau, and welcome back to live ice hockey action here at the Hive in Paradise, Botany, Auckland, Aotearoa, New Zealand. Thank you very much for tuning in to this live broadcast. Again, I'm Ian Wanamaker. I'm the sole commentator for this evening's matchup. We are already one period in the books, and the West Auckland Admirals are ahead by 3 to the Botany Swarm, none. So they're looking to get back on that scoreboard toot sweet and try to strike early in the second period. Hopefully the coach had some words of wisdom for the boys, as we had just heard from Andrew Hay, the captain of the Botany Swarm team, looking to get his team back into structure, get into some rhythm, and start executing the plays that they have been practicing. So again, stay tuned to the second period. We're really looking forward to how this will unfold. Lots of points on the line. It's an Auckland rivalry for the NZIHL competition here in New Zealand. They are wanting to fight to get their placing to the top. So thank you very much to some people that have been commenting online to the live stream. We are more than welcome to, we're happy to take your questions. If you've got any comments, kia ora to you, Anthony, over in the UK. Or should I say, top of the morning to you, mate. He's having breakfast in bed and watching some ice hockey. Isn't that great? So, and anybody from the North American region, happy Canada Day to you as well. I'm donning a red tie in recognition of Canada Day, but in that North American time. So, kia ora whanau. Anyone that is in Canada that's tuned into this broadcast might be a bit into your bedtime hours at this point in time, but we thank you very much for tuning in. So Botany Swarm looking to get some more shots possibly against the rival goaltender Chaba. They only had 6 that last period to the Admirals 12, so they doubled them up. And at the moment, they've tripled them on the scoreboard with 3-0. Kia ora, James. Nice to have you on the broadcast. Great to see people watching from all over the world. Second period is underway. Alexander Polozov, an Estonian-born naturalized Kiwi. Kind of like myself. I'm born in another country in Canada and also a Kiwi citizen. Alexander, his first name being so long, when I used to play on the Swarm and travel with him, it used to just say Doctor, and it's short form to Dr. Polozov. So that's one of his many nicknames. As he centers the pass, doesn't get to him, but Ollie Hay has it as a Swarm. Shot on goal. That was kind of a side catch by Chaba. He reached across his body. The puck was going to blocker. Maybe he just wanted to have a stoppage of play. As Swarm getting another shot on goal. It's good to see they're starting with some shots. As 2 players go to the floor, to the ice rink surface, I should say. Quite a new slippery surface as it's just been groomed. Often if it's too wet on the rink, players will slide and it will soak up into their equipment. That's not nice. Have an early bath. So Atwell over to Polozov. Long-time teammates. Shot is deflected. Daigle has it. He elects to circle back. Passes up to Flynn Hayward-Jones. Hayward-Jones up to Chalice. Chalice looking up ice. Doesn't get around defenseman Thuler. Thuler separates Jordan from the puck, and he sends it all the way up to Kozak, who's in behind everyone. That's just too far ahead of him. But Moses, that's Sam, does well to get back. Clears the puck out of harm's way. Jonsson. Over to Hopkinson in the middle, has his chance here. Shot, blocked in the middle, gets it back. Over the goal. Hopkinson trying to rebound, and they score! Jonsson! Puck was in front of the net, and Jonsson throws it up over the outstretched Chaba Kurskos Mangos into the top corner, and Botany manages to do what the coach probably asked for. Shots early, pressure on, and a goal has come from it. So they are not out of this contest by any means. It is a 3-1 hockey game as the Botany Swarm get rid of that goose egg, and now it is a 3-1 scoreline. So lots of support now. The fans are starting to get back into it. But no lead is safe in any sport, let alone ice hockey. Kozak Sends a cross-ice pass. Doesn't get there. Vesper gets filled in hard by Mawson. Exerting some physical dominance once again. Henry. Saucer passes it into neutral ice. Thuler looking to do the same. Mawson poke checks it to Jonsson. Jonsson does a between the legs move, backhand shot along the ground, along the floor of the ice, and it was saved nicely. However, the referee has noticed the netting has come off of its pegs. So they will have another stop, and the puck will be dropped to the left-hand side of Chaba. As Kyle Jonsson scores the Botany Swarm's first goal of the 2022 ice hockey season here in New Zealand for the Botany Swarm. He'll be happy to get on that score sheet and also get his team back into this game. As Regan skates really well here, following his own dump in. Looking to get some support from one of his teammates, but he doesn't have it yet, as Andrew Hay is laying the body onto him. And that's Simon. Sends the puck up the boards. Puckett battles with Andy Hart. Two very strong individuals there. And there's a little bit of holding of a stick going on too, and now the referee has indicated there will be a penalty. Looks like it's going to go to the West Auckland Admirals number 13. That is Andy Hart. Andy, I'm not sure out of all the players in West Auckland and in their current lineup, but I would hazard a guess that he may be one of the top 3 penalty minutes receivers or takers. He has a strong, hard, tough game that he plays. Really close to that line that is the rules or out of the rules. And right there, 2 players battling. He kind of held on that stick a little bit too long, and he is penalized for 2 minutes. So he will sit down into the penalty box, and the Botany Swarm will go on to a power play where they have a man advantage. So the Admirals will look to kill the penalty, so to speak, by counting down the time of the clock so that Andy Hart can get back onto the ice surface and make it an evenly matched hockey game. So that's Ollie Hay, has the puck. Takes a shot, takes a deflection. Chaba saves that. And Admirals lift it high all the way down to the other end of the ice. Kennedy comes out of the net to play the puck. Up to Polozov. Polozov over to Vortnov. Takes it off the skate. Has it on his forehand. Saucer pass all the way across the other side of the rink. Thuler. Too hot to handle. Gives it away to Daigle. Ooh, and Vortnov. Vortnov takes a spill. Looks like he may have lost an edge and went right down hard onto his head. But he pops up. Play is carrying on. Mawson drops it down to Thuler. That's Stefan Thuler. Left-handed defenseman. Up to Vortnov. Vortnov collides with Chalice. Sends it across to Mawson. Mawson stops up. Shot on net. Hits the side of the goal. No real danger there. And that's Taylor Kennedy. Doesn't clear the zone. Mawson stops it. Over to Thuler. Thuler walking in. Takes a shot. Wrist. Oh, that's a wrist shot. It's saved by Chaba. And the Admirals send it down the other end of the ice. And there was a high stick. And the referee will blow the whistle as there are 11 seconds remaining in the Botany's power play. That's the West Auckland's penalty. So in 11 seconds, unless the Botany Swarm score, Andy Hart will come out of the penalty box, and it'll be 5 skaters against 5. Andrew Hay passes up to Kozak. Kozak across to Simon. Simon makes a nice move, comes in, hard wrist shot. Doesn't get on goal. Andy Hay keeps the puck in at the line, takes the hit. Kozak has it now. Both teams are now even strength, so the power play is over. But the Swarm have control of the puck. Jonsson gives it to Kozak. Kozak. That's a hit by Daigle. And Andy Hart with it now. Over to Sestrone. And the referee, the lines person has said that is an offside. So the West Auckland player was over the blue line before the puck crossed. And that will result in an offside charge. So we are in the second period here at the Hive. 14 minutes 31 to go. It's kind of the halfway point of the game, really. We've already had 4 goals. So this could be a very high-scoring affair if we keep on that pace. As Gavin Puckett sends the puck down. What a great name. Gotta love, that's a true hockey name, Gavin Puckett. And a great individual hailing from the United States of America, honing his craft down here in New Zealand. He's quite a gritty player, I would argue. He's one of those guys you'd love to have on your roster, especially if you have a deep playoff run. He does all the little things. As Regan, once again, showing his very strong skating, avoiding a lot of the checks from the Botany players. But the Botany team does well to get the puck off of him, but there he is again. He does have a nose for the puck. He's doing very well for himself. Thuler setting up behind the Botany Swarm goal. Takes a puck up ice to Polozov, looking to do a touch pass. Intercepted by Chalice, goes to Henderson. Henderson, strong on his stick is Polozov, and he lifts it and takes it away. As both teams give it away again, Atwell with it. He goes over the line, makes a nice move, goes to the forehand, shot. Patted away by Chaba. Kennedy up the boards to Moses. Moses backhands it up the wall. Polozov cheaps it in. Taylor Kennedy over to Mason. Mason Kennedy up the wall to Chalice. Chalice ahead to Moses. Takes a hard slap shot. Misses the goal. Goes all the way up to Vortinov. Vortinov gives it to Polozov. Polozov, one-time shot by Atwell. Oh, off the crossbar. You could hear that all the way up here in the commentary booth. And Atwell gets it again. Tries a toe drag. Chalice says, not happening. I'm going to skate it in. 2-on-2 shaping. Looking for an option. Goes to the middle. That's intercepted by Vortinov. Atwell. One-touch pass to Vortinov. Vortinov has Kozak trailing. Passes to him. Shot. Deflected away by Taylor Kennedy. Now, Vortinov with it. Is the game really opening up? Oh, it's kept in at the line very well by Simon. And a shot. Oh, another shot by Vortinov, and that's blocked. Botany really picking up the pace. Richie Hopkinson. A little bit of a mishandle. Daigle sends it up to Rooney. Rooney dumps it in a little bit before center ice, so that will be an icing charge, as Taylor Kennedy tried to send it in just before the red line. However, the lines people saw that and said, okay, that is before that red line. If you do reach that red line and then send the puck in, you're okay. That won't be an icing. But if you're before that red line, it will be called. Botany Swarm winning the faceoff. However, the puck goes all the way down and past neutral ice. But they reset. Kozak dumps it in. Chaba out to play it. As Daigle has it. Daigle up the boards. And Admirals doing really well to get the puck out of their zone, relieving any pressure that Botany has put on them. Ollie Hay very nicely sends it up the wall to Remy Sandoy, the 150th game in. He puts a pass up to Andre Kozak, and Andre Kozak has been determined offside. Bit of a close call. We have cameras up here, which is a bit of a luxury. The players do not, and they often are in the moment. And as you may or may not have seen, sometimes players will react in the moment. So that will result. Oh, it looks like they've decided to go all the way down to the other end. I'm not sure why. Probably as a deliberate offside. Nevertheless, the game continues. Ollie Hay drops back to Remy Sandoy. Sandoy over the Other side to Hill. Hill back down to Sandoy. Now Ollie Hay with it, number 21. Good move around Vesper. Up the wall, takes a high saucer pass that goes directly onto the goal, and Chaba will hold on to that, having another face-off. So, second period, 10 minutes 40. The score is 3 to the West Auckland Admirals, 1 to the home side, Botany Swarm. Botany Swarm playing a lot better in this half, I must say, and they are really putting a lot more shots on the goal. So their first intermission korero, their discussion certainly has worked for them. Let's see how they continue in this second half of the second period. As Admirals break out of the zone fast, Caleb Chamberlain has 3 swarm on him, and they literally swarm him. Take the puck off him. That's Atwill, hard wrist shot. Gloved away by Chaba. Admirals send it up the boards. Kept in at the line by Thuler. Thuler's shot is knocked down by Kennedy. And Thuler sends it back into the Admiral zone. Taylor Kennedy stops up. Passes to his brother. Mason. Hard pass up the wall. Makes it to Andy Hart. 3-on-1 here. Pass across. Stopped by Mawson. Did really well there, avoiding the pass across as there were 2 Admiral players open in mid-ice looking to score. Admirals lift the puck down into the swarm zone. Caleb Chamberlain looking to steal it. Unsuccessful. Ellis, his shot stopped by a stick. Kozak breaking out of there with speed. He has 4 Admirals against him. No support here. Oh, now Jonsson's got it. Jonsson tries to make a move around Ellis. Doesn't get there now. Dago with it. Up to Henderson. Henderson to Harrop, one of the assistant captains for the West Auckland Admirals. Drives wide. Looking to maybe make a centering pass. No, he goes to the top point man, Ellis. One-time shot blocked off a skate. Now, Andrew Hay was cross ice. Takes a deflection off the backside of Richie Hopkinson. He's in good defensive position to collect that puck. Hopkinson looking for Jonsson. Doesn't connect. There's a deflection, so there's no icing. Puck squirts in front. Hopkinson gets it. Shoots. Now, that's well saved by Chaba. Off of his shoulder. As Rooney gets it. Breaks in now. Hard shot saved by the chest protectors of Kennedy. Low hard shot by Ellis. Misses the net. Admirals back on the attack. Moses, wrist shot. Blocked by Sandoy. Sandoy hits Moses. Swarm break out into neutral ice. Whitston Lee looking for his support. Gives it to Ollie Hay. Ollie on the backhand. Goes to the net. Has it poked away. 7 minutes remaining. 3-1 score. Whitston Lee. Sorry, that's Puckett, number 27. Has the puck taken off him by Regan. Very cleverly. Ollie Hay keeps it at the line. Kind of a weak shot. Redirected by Chaba. As Thuler is harassed. But comes away, is it, with Puckett? And Thuler hits it. Takes a nice move. Forehand to his backhand. Gets hit down to the ice. No penalty called. There was a bit of, we'll just say harassment. Be a good word. As he got knocked down from the back on to the ice. Polozov has a quick sneaky shot to the left pad of Chaba, hoping to catch him unaware. And the Admirals ice the puck, noticing that the Swarm have really upped their game in the last 5-6 minutes, playing with a little bit more urgency here. Yes, that's right. So again, I'm going to kind of play back to myself. Usually we would go to a color commentator that would go back and say, hey, yeah, that's true, no problem. Anyway, here we are. Regan, again, skates well, dumps the puck in, goes for a change. Now there's Tyon. Oh, had the puck, and it looked like there was someone over the line. Getting a little bit of ice time. There's young Luke Tyon. As we have another stop with 6:21 remaining in this second period. Shots are pretty even right now. It's 15 for the Swarm, 14 for the Admirals. The score is still 3-1. And just a reminder that Remy Sandoy, the man that's playing his 150th game in the NZIHL, will be coming for a korero after this period break. Ooh, Admirals sent it in front, and a one-time shot here off of the Swarm's defensive stick, and that doesn't get to the net. Yeah, so stay tuned for that interview. I'm really looking forward to speaking to Remy. It's been a little while. As Andrew Hay backhands it over to Polozov. Polozov sends it through the neutral zone. Doesn't get a tip by Robin Vortnov, as I think he intended to, but that will result in an icing, and we'll go back down into the Botany Swarm defensive zone. And clock will stop at 5:33. Another face-off win by the Admirals. They just elect to send it down in behind the Swarm net. Puck is kept in at the line and then batted away by Polozov. The puck has gone into the Admirals bench, so they will have a face-off just outside the Botany Swarm zone, as both the benches dispute the call. It looks like the Admirals kind of wanted possibly a unsportsmanlike conduct penalty if the puck was deflected on purpose into their bench. Dale Harrop skating very well. Avoids Kozak. Sends it down. As the player drops his stick in contact, and no call by the referee. We carry on. As Sandoy does well to keep that puck in for the Swarm. But the Admirals quickly get it back. Daigle up the wall to Ellis. Ellis just puts it into neutral area. Henderson all over Remy Sandoy. Sandoy shakes him off. The referee electing to put the whistle in his pocket, not calling anything right now. Oh, and that was a good chance opportunity there for the Swarm, as Hopkinson and Hill play back and forth and doesn't quite get into the net. As one of the Swarm players elects to take it into his own hands and literally put pressure and knock the goal down to try and keep it into place. Seems to be a bit of a theme here this evening, that those goal pegs are not quite keeping the nets super secure whenever there is contact made. Quick shot here by the Swarm. Blocked by Chaba. As Rooney trying to get around Mawson, not an easy task. Mawson has the puck, skates up. The long flowing locks. And Winston Lee takes a shot. That's blocked by Regan. Up to Mawson. Mawson keeps the puck in at the line. Now, Puckett has it, skating in towards the net. Looks to shoot. He does. Deflected up off of an Admiral and into the netting, which will stop play. So that netting rule, I'm not sure how the fans out there, how they think of that. But when the puck is hit or deflected, shot into the mesh that's above the Perspex glass, or the glass around the rink, the play will automatically stop, even though the puck does go right back onto the playing surface. It's mainly there to keep people safe that are watching, that are in the stands. Oh, shot there that just kind of trickles wide. Doesn't go onto the goal. Swarm behind the net, throwing it in front. But the Kennedy brothers, one of them, that's Mason, clears it nicely. Holozov over to Hay. Hay doesn't handle the hot pass, and Sestroni clears the zone. Luke Simon does a spinorama move to avoid a forecheck from Scott Henry. And Vortinov lifts it up into center ice. Mason Kennedy to the changing Admirals. Andy Hay steps up, stops that pass. He elects to dump it in. Hits directly off the linesman's skate and back into play. Now, Simon over to Ollie Hay, up to Atwell. Atwell skating around the net. Looks to wrap it around. Stopped by Chaba. And that is Vortinov dumping the puck in. Chaba comes out of the goal to play and stop it. Give it to his defender. That's Mason Kennedy. He has a pass up to Andy Hart. Andy Hart skating. Takes a hit by Hopkinson. Hopkinson gets the puck back. Just as Andy Hart crossed the line, but then the linesman has decided that's an offside as well. Going to call that and whistle it down. 2 minutes, 10 seconds remaining in this second period. Live New Zealand Ice Hockey League action coming out of Botany in Auckland. City of Sails very busy with sport this weekend, with the All Blacks playing at Eden Park later tonight, possibly soon, or right now, and also the Warriors, New Zealand Warriors, in action tomorrow. So it's a fantastic sporting weekend, and we do thank you for tuning in. As Tyon, it was a 3-on-2. He takes a shot, blocked down. Rebound is cleared away by the Swarm. The Swarm having some difficulty getting it out of their own zone. Kyle does get it out of the zone and sends it all the way down. And it looks like that will be an icing, and we will come all the way back down into Botany Swarm territory. Bit of chatter heating up in between the benches, as well as a lot of the players are, again, revisiting some of those old rivalries or new rivalries that are naturally occurring when you've got two teams competing in the same city. Arguably trying to be the Kings of Auckland, if you'd like. Last minute in the second period. Ellis trying to get through. Hopkinson denies him. And Daigle sends it up off the wall again. A little bit of play here in the neutral zone area. Hopkinson onto Ellis. Ellis gives it to Harrop. Harrop gives it to Daigle. Daigle skates more towards the middle. Takes a hard shot. Blockered away by Kennedy. And it's back out to Daigle. Daigle surveys and skates up nicely. Gains inside the line. Puts a backhand saucer down in the zone. Looking for someone to collect it. Puckett up to Max Hill. Max. It's a 2-on-2. Shoots between the legs of the defender. And Chaba holds on. As another bit of extracurricular happens in front, a bit of pushing and shoving. As the linesman steps in to separate those players. So a bit of argy-bargy, a little bit of biff, a little bit of angst in action, I guess. A lot of guys maybe showing some frustration. I mean, even though it says even in shots, the scoreline still sits at 3 to the Admirals and 1 to the Swarm. Swarm looking to possibly get one as quick as they can. I mean, that would be ideal for them heading into this second period break. Moses backhands it off the wall. Off a skate, so Chalice collects. Gives it to Kennedy. Kennedy up to Rooney. Admirals happy just to clear it out of the zone as the clock ticks down here, and that will do it for the second period. NZIHL action. Botany Swarm 1. West Auckland Admirals 3. We'll take a quick break and we'll be back. We'll be interviewing Remy Sandoy, the man with the 150 games. Stay tuned.
I'll give you those. You pop those on. It's leaning on the line. Oh, man.
Oh, no way.
Check, check, 1, 2.
Yep,
Mic
got
check,
you
1,
here.
2. Can you hear us through the mic, buddy?
Yeah, man, got you here.
Hey, that's the one. Fantastic. Oh, that's well wide. They got to put that on, Ned. Mate, I think I'm going to need to stand on something. I'm going to be like looking at your shoulder this whole time.
We can sit if you want. Pretty tired.
That might work, but it's all kind of where the because he's a unit. We'll get them to check it out. Oh man, so how you doing, brother?
Yeah, not too bad, bro. Not too bad. It's obviously been a long off season, but
yeah,
good to be back in the mix and getting on the ice every week with the boys.
Yeah, sweet.
You been well?
Yeah, no, not too bad. Yeah, I actually spent last weekend down in the Naki.
Nice.
A bit of an inline tournament.
Nice.
Did you ever play in the inline?
Yeah, I did actually growing up. Yep.
Yeah.
Played with a lot of the boys actually. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm vertically challenged when I'm standing beside this man.
Got skates on too.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Is he going to be able to be on screen?
This might be the best we can do. I can't put it on.
Okay. Is that all good?
This is ridiculous.
Did somebody get it? Did they score? I see the puck in the net, but
Maybe.
I don't know, man. I love this. I used to be the chuck-a-puck. That used to get me really excited for stuff like that, but this isn't too bad. That's kind of the next
nice
level.
innovation.
Yeah. So it's quite the setup we got up here. And kia ora whanau, I'm Ian Wanamaker. I'm joined alongside the man celebrating 150 NZIHL games. Kia ora, Remy.
Kia ora, Ian. How you doing, man?
It's an absolute pleasure to see you again. And 150 games, that's got to be a very special achievement for yourself. You started as a 17-year-old out at West Auckland, made your debut there, then you went down into the Thunder, I understand. You played
Yep.
down there for 4 years.
That's right.
While you went to university, and then come back up here. Did you rejoin? Like, how did you get into the Swarm?
Yeah,
What was the story
I
there?
played another season at the Admirals, and then season over in Australia. And I came back from Australia and found out that you were head coach of the Botany Swarm, so I couldn't resist and had to come play under you.
That's very complimentary. Well, the compliments need to go in your direction, sir. I mean, 150 games is no slouch. That's a massive feat. Not very many people in this country have accomplished that. Maybe you're in a select handful, because I think besides Andrew Hay, there are not that many people that are passing that 150 mark. So you got to be very proud. I mean, I know you're a very proud person, proud of your heritage. Do you have you've got Māori heritage? Were there any Māori players like that you saw playing this game that you might have seen, you looked up to, or thought, oh, well, I'm going to give this a go? How did that tie into your journey?
Yeah, well, like we talked about before, I actually started with inline, but when I first came to ice, there were a lot of players that I looked up to. Someone who comes to mind is Corey, old captain of the Ice Blacks. Obviously, he's a legend of the game, so watched him a lot growing up, and he was, a bit of an idol of mine.
Awesome. Yeah, shout out to you, Corey. I mean, and Corey was a former Botany Swarm member. Still waiting for him to get his tramp stamp, by the way, when we won that NZIHL championship. If he's paying attention to this, he promised the team in the dressing room. He's played for quite a few. I don't suppose that you're thinking or trying to get the clean sweep with playing on all of the NZIHL teams. You've got 3. I don't know if you've been involved with the Mako yet, and then so there's a couple more left.
I'm probably a bit too old now to make the round trip, but we'll see.
Awesome. So are there any messages that you'd have before you get back on the ice for that third period to the tamariki or the rangatahi that are watching this live broadcast, looking and saying, like, I can see this fella. He's literally someone that I'm looking up to right now. Could you offer them any suggestions, any tips to get involved in this beautiful game?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we've got a really good youth program, especially up here in Auckland. You know, before our trainings, you see a lot of the kids out there on the ice, having a great time. Just the coaching that they have now as well. It's it's next level. So there's so many opportunities out there. If you love hockey, get out there and play it. Just enjoy it. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, enjoy the third period. Let's hope your team can get back in it. It's a 3-1 scoreline. Let's hope the Swarm boys can get up, and good luck tonight and also in tomorrow night's matchup.
Awesome. Cheers.
Thanks
Ian.
for doing this.
Cheers, bro.
Po Marie Whānau. Kia ora. Ko Ian toko inawa. Welcome back to The Hive in this live YouTube live stream NZIHL action. We've got the Botany Swarm taking on the West Auckland Admirals for your viewing pleasure. And at the moment, it is a 3-1 hockey game with West Auckland having 3 and the Botany Swarm, the hometown team, having 1. So we are even on the shot clock with 16 apiece. We've just heard from Remy Sandoy, the man who's playing in his 150th NZIHL hockey game, a feat not many people have done. And we also heard from Andrew Hay, the captain of the Botany Swarm, long time serving member of this ice hockey community here in New Zealand. So we're not sure what's going to be in store this period. It's a 2-goal hockey game, and we do thank you again for being with us. I'm Ian Wanamaker. I'm the sole commentator this evening. We've got Josh manning the helm and Mike on the cameras. So we are going to take off very soon. And also another couple of big sporting matchups this evening. The All Blacks taking on Ireland. They are kicking off at Eden Park at 7:05. And if you were wanting to keep up to date with the other score lines in NZIHL, the Southern Stampede, or the Sky City Stampede, I should say, as they are known now, they got up against the Christchurch Red Devils 4-1, and that's full time. So that is another win. Freshly groomed ice surface. Puck travels so much smoother when there's less snow on it. As a big hit there by Ollie Hay. I was just going to say, as a former player, like when you just step out on the rink and it's been groomed like this, it's just like magic. It's an unbelievable feeling. So anybody that's ever wanted to ice skate, give it a go. That's Daigle. Sends it to Henderson. Henderson tries a backhand. Manages to go over to Ellis. Ellis. Kind of looks like the Admirals setting up on a power play, but the Swarm do well to get it back. Mawson had it momentarily. Now Dale Harrop. Over to Ellis. Ellis. Big hit by Ollie Hay. Mawson gets it. Up to Polozov. Polozov takes a wrist shot. Glove by Chaba. He holds on. There will be a whistle. So a pretty good start for both teams to start this third period. They both know what's at stake. Valuable points to start this NZIHL season. It is so good to have ice hockey back. Oh, shot from the point deflected just wide by Michael Atwell. Looking to redirect it on net. Chalice up the wall. Held in by Thuler. Passes up to Chalice. Does well. Take it off the skate. Just mishandled it a little bit out of his reach. So Thuler passes to Polozov. Polozov does a curl move. Gives it directly to the opposition. Polozov had it for a bit. Gets it. Chalice trying to take it back off him. Both teams struggling with their possession. Puck in neutral ice. Polozov and Regan come together. Regan has it. Stops up behind the goal. Looks up ice. Sends it all the way down the other ice. As Moses, that's Sam Moses, couldn't handle that high saucer pass by Regan. But that shows good hockey IQ by that young man. He's sending the puck all the way down on the intended receiver of Moses. And you need to be keeping your eyes looking down the rink, really, and surveying the good passing options, and that certainly was one of them, allowing a potential breakaway. As the Swarm win a faceoff, Simon, wrist shot, doesn't make its way through. It's blocked. Regan comes up with it. Has a 1-on-3. Takes a big hit in the corner by Simon. Simon comes away with the puck. All that smooth skating and everything, it just was looking for some extra support there was Regan. It seems like he has quite a bright future with ice hockey here in New Zealand. That's Puckett, sends it up to Whitston Lee. He can't hold on to it. And that's Chamberlain up to Henry, over to Sistrone. fast-moving puck. As Puckett and Cistrone collide, the players go down, and Kennedy will hold on to that puck, and now there's a face-off to his right-hand side. So we've got Chamberlain taking the face-off against Hopkinson. Hopkinson does well to win it. Now to Sandoy, up the wall to Jonsson. Jonsson. Now Sandoy over to his D partner. That's Ollie Hay. Ollie Hay sends it to Daigle. That's a player on the other team. So he'll happily take that, go behind his net, bark out some orders and directions for his team. And Kozak takes it away. Has his pass deflected off of a stick, shoots it on goal. Stopped by Hayward Jones. He skates away with Daigle. 2-on-1 forming. Hayward Jones over to Daigle. Daigle shoots up high over the net. Andy Hart off the glass, down in behind the Swarm goal. Sandoy collects, sends it up ice. Kozak has it. Just dumps it, goes for a change. Possibly tired legs. Swarm put out some fresh players. Ellis looking, just doesn't get that pass. Icing is waved off as he is the first man to reach that puck before the Swarm do. Swarm do well to get it back. Follows up. Up to Mawson. Mawson puts a pass to Atwell, goes off a skate, and then into Chaba, and Chaba will hold on. As Atwell and one of the Kennedy brothers say hello again to one another. Probably asking each other, okay, who you got for the rugby tonight? You taking Ireland? Nope. Probably going to go with the All Blacks. That's a wise move. Betting against the All Blacks at Eden Park is not a swift or smart decision. Often called the fortress. It's been a fortress for the rugby and well served for the All Blacks here in this country. Swarm centering the puck in front of the net. Stopped by Henderson. Henderson clears it out of danger, but Thuler keeps it in, backhands it to the net. Chaba stops it with his goal stick, then sends it away. Polo's on. Shot on net. Goes wide. Swarm doing well to keep the puck in the zone. Pass in front, shot. Oh, well stopped there. A good block by Dale Harrop, getting his body in front of that Polozov shot. Harrop back to Regan. Regan backwards skating behind the goal. Looking up ice. Tries to pass it to Moses. Looks like there might have been a touch. No icing called. Good forecheck here by Chalice. Putting pressure on Thuler. Thuler gives it away to Chalice. Chalice trying to center it, but doesn't connect. As Rooney and Hill come together. And the puck goes down into the Swarm zone. Andy Hay chases. Sends it behind the net. That's Luke Simon. Goes to Andy Hay. Andy Hay goes to Puckett. Regan stepped up and stopped him getting that pass cleanly. Moses takes a huge hit as he goes crashing into the door. Whitston Lee hit him real hard, and he goes off. The Swarm break out of their zone. No, they don't. It's intercepted by Rooney. He has a clear path. Shot. Wrist shot on the goal. Saved by Kennedy. Rebound. Oh, off the goalpost. As Henry looking for his second of the contest. Does not convert. Oh, and there's a trip on the play. Referee does the old, I didn't see it. Not going to call it trick. Andrew Hay up to Gavin Puckett. Puckett 1 against 3. Has it, his stick lifted, the puck taken off him. Another hard hit here as Kozak hits his man. Sorry, that's Puckett hitting Scott Henry. Andy Hart puts the puck back into the Swarm zone. Couldn't carry it over because his players were in there. That would have been offside. That Swarm pressing here. Admirals clear their zone. And Ollie Hay takes a hit, or puts a hit on Hart. And it looks like there's going to be a penalty here to Oliver Hay. Not sure what the call is going to be, but the player did kind of turn as the hit was being made. So the referee has decided that was a double hand push to the back. I'm not sure if that's a boarding penalty or if that's a back check. That one's got me. I don't even know what that means. When you put two hands outwards like that, it's like I don't think he's a pantomime. Maybe. It's boarding. The call is boarding. That is an interesting one when boarding is called because that indicates that it's to the boards. That was in the open ice area. There was contact made in open ice, and then the player did slide into the board. So that one has got me, folks. I don't know. If we had an instant replay, you can go back and watch it and have a look at it. From what I'm seeing or what I saw, that's all I can comment on, was that Ollie Hay stepped up to make a hit on the player, and the player which was receiving the check was Andy Hart, and he was turning. And in that turning process, Ollie Hay had committed to make the hit. Contact is made, and then that was resulting in a penalty. Bit of a marginal one, I would say, but again, I am not the one in charge of the referee or the calling of the game. We'll let them do that. So the Swarm on a penalty kill, Admirals on a power play. So that is 2 minutes to Oliver Hay for boarding. And the Swarm looking to kill this off. Admirals, Henderson, trying to gain entry to the line. Does momentarily that Mawson does well to lift the stick, take the puck, send it away. But the Admirals have regrouped. Ellis shoots it directly onto kind of a floating shot. I think he was trying to put it into the opposite corner, but he miscued it on his stick, and it went directly to Matt Kennedy, and he holds on. So that's killed 30 seconds of the power play time of the Admirals. Swarm looking to kill off that whole time, get back to even strength, as they were doing really well for the last 5-6 minutes. It's been very back and forth. Admirals come away from the corner with the puck, as they do have the extra player on. Daigle at the top takes a hard snapshot, hits his own man in the front, doesn't get through. He does well to keep the puck in at the line, as Mawson gets it and now sends it down into the Admirals zone. 1 minute left in that penalty. The clock will continue to tick down in the Swarm's favor while the puck is moving and play is in action. Ellis, drop pass to Daigle. Daigle sends it over to Henderson. Henderson, wrist shot, looking for a shot pass, but couldn't connect up with Fraser Ellis. On this very potent West Auckland Admirals power play, they have an awful lot of firepower on that team, but it looks like they're making some changes, getting their second unit on the ice. Daigle down to Chalice. Chalice back up to Daigle. Daigle gives it back to Chalice. He goes cross ice. Well read by Richie Hopkinson, getting his stick in the lane, or that passing lane, and he deflects that puck and it hits into the mesh, and that will result in another stop. So down to 18 seconds and the penalty kill for the Botany Swarm. Doing a good job killing this penalty off. Hopefully that will boost their morale a little bit and their spirits so they can get back up on the attack, as their 5-on-5 play has served them not too bad in this game. Bit dangerous putting in front of their own net. Atwell does well to clean that up. Sends it hard off the glass, out of the zone. Taylor Kennedy to Jordan Chalice. Jordan Chalice going cross ice. That's knocked down with a stick by Mawson. And Vortnoff gives it to Thuler. Thuler trying to go in mid-ice. Atwell has his stick lifted. Gives it over to Ollie. Ollie Hayes back out on the ice, and the penalty is now expired. It is 5-on-5. Atwell over to Ollie Hay. Ollie Hay drops it down. That's Vortnoff. Hard wrist shot. Again, blocked. Admirals getting themselves into the shooting lanes. Fistroni breaks away with it. 1-on-1. Doesn't get around his man. That's Remy Sandoy. Very hard to do. He's a huge, 6'5" man. Takes a hard slap shot. Saves made. Chaba holds on as someone crashes into the goal. Mawson. Play was whistled down. The puck looks like it squirted into the net, but that will not count to my knowledge, because the whistle had gone, as one of the Swarm players dove to try and knock that puck into the net. And quite clearly, one of the Swarm players said, well, that puck did go in the net. However, it did go in the net after the whistle had gone, and the referee says face off to Chaba's left-hand side. As we have almost exactly 10 minutes remaining in this period and possibly the game. Shot and deflected by Janssen. Chaba makes a save. Quite routinely. Chaba playing very calm in the goal. Bit of a different style to Kennedy. Kennedy, the taller man out of the two goaltenders. Very early on, the Swarm had a goal against, possibly rattling Kennedy, but doesn't seem like it. He is really resilient goaltender, very mentally strong. Has played in quite a few high leagues, even across not just New Zealand, but I mean in other countries. I think he's played in Kazakhstan, and I know that he's played in the WHL. So he's got a very high-level pedigree of ice hockey goaltending experience. And he's also involved in the Learn to Play. He's giving back. So it's great to see players giving back to their local community in a sport that they love. As the Swarm couldn't quite hold the puck in at the line. And we are back at it. Janssen centering the pass. Doesn't link up. And the Admirals do well to break away with it. Ellis streaks down the right side to Henderson in the middle. Looks to shoot, goes outside. Wrist shot saved by the glove of Kennedy. Henderson and Ellis do well to avoid these checks of Polozov and Hay. As Hay hits his brother-in-law, Chalice. As a player loses their stick, but they do get it back. As Mawson pinches in from his defensive position to try and get that puck. Now, Polozov steps into a shot, deflected up over the glass off of Mason's stick. Chalice settling it down, trying to get it up through the middle. Mawson stops it, lifts it high down into the net of Chaba, and Chaba puts the puck into his glove and holds on. We have exactly 8 minutes remaining in this third period. Shots are locked, 19 apiece. Scoreline is not. Curious to see if one of the teams, possibly the Swarm, electing to have a timeout. Doesn't look like it. The messages are pretty clear from the coaching staff. They will keep playing on. I imagine the closer this game gets to the end, they will look at possibly polling the goaltender. Might be too early to call that right now. That's Stephen Mawson. Up to Whitston Lee. Whitston Lee has it poked away nicely by Scott Henry. Sends it down the ice as Sestroni chases. Whitston Lee. That's to one of the Stephen boys. That's Ben, I believe. He wears 23 for the Admirals. Yep, Benjamin Stephen. And Henry sends the puck down deep. Kennedy out to play it. Backhands it up the boards to Whitston Lee. Sorry, that's Max Hill. Max Hill gave it away to Sestroni. He dumps it in. Kennedy plays it around the boards, but there's a Admiral player there. That's Hart. Up to the point, Mandego takes a shot, deflected away. Hayward Jones shoots, deflected away. Mawson up the boards, gives it to Hill. Hill can't clear the zone. Botany having trouble getting it out of their own zone here. Mawson over to Thuler. Thuler decides to try to get it out of the center. Doesn't, lifts it up. It's gloved down. Admirals can't keep it in. Kozak breaks away with it now. Nicely poke-checked away by Daigle. Those two often playing against one another. Really good matchup. Andy Hay up to Hopkinson. That's Richie. Richie Hopkinson avoids the stick check. Takes the wrist shot. Saved by Chaba. So, 6 minutes, 8 seconds remaining in this hockey game. Will Botany equalize? Will they even get it within a 1-goal game? Will the Admirals score to take a lead further? We shall see. Face-off. Won by the Admirals. Kennedy sends it around to Ellis. The puck takes a deflection up. Looks like it might have gone off the glass and then off the netting. And that will result in a face-off deep in the Admirals' territory. And the Swarm elect to change their lines, putting out the Atwell, Vortanov, Polozov combo with Ollie Hay and Sandoy on the point. On the point meaning in a defensive position close to the blue line. I don't actually know where that term comes from. It's just something that is used. Oh, giveaway here as the Admirals come in and shoot. That's Harrop, who was all alone. Well saved by Kennedy. Henderson, backhand, chops that puck down low. Harrop, he's in first to grab it. Curls back up, drops it down. Polozov takes it though. Skates through a couple of hooks. Flicks the puck in onto Chubba. And he'll hold on. And players come together and say hello again. Just a couple of face washes as we see. The referee elects to, again, just let these play as they do. And the players can sometimes police themselves, so to speak. No team willing or wanting to take a penalty at this point in time in the game, as it is down to 5 minutes, 18 seconds. And Polozov takes a shot. That's a save by Chaba. Admirals clear. Mawson has trouble holding onto the puck. Gets it back, though. Gives it to Polozov. Polozov skates in and shoots. Saved by Chaba. As Regan and Polozov are battling for that puck. Jordan Chalice with it. He's backward skating, looking up ice. Now skates up with it. Passes to Moses. Moses deflects it into the zone. He chases down, puts a hit onto Mawson. Mawson ends up with the puck. Up to Kozak. Kozak can't clear the puck out of the zone. That just up past the hash marks area. The Botany's been giving themselves a bit of trouble. They've had some difficulty getting the puck clear from that area. You really want to get that out of that space at those moments in the game, as it relieves that attacking pressure that the other team, like the Admirals, are doing really well in basically hemming the Swarm in their own zone. As the Admirals do a cross-ice dump-in. Thuler's the only man back. He has two Admirals pressing. And the Admirals come away with it. Henry looking to shoot. Does. It's partially blocked. Vesper holds on. Takes a hit from Thuler. And Swarm elect to throw it down onto the net of Chaba, directly on the goal. Daigle over to Nash Hayward-Jones. Sorry, Flynn Hayward-Jones. Up to Caleb Chamberlain. Smooth backhand. Takes a big hit there by Ollie Hay. Still has the puck, though. Does well. Curls back. Throws it deep. Andy Hart with it. Andy Hart goes up to Chamberlain. That's Caleb. Caleb curling around the goal. Has it poke checked away by Max Hill. Chamberlain has it now. Still with it. Another Swarm player helps him out. That's Whitston Lee. Gives it up to Max Hill. Max Hill goes around his man. Goes around the net. Passes up top to Ollie Hay. Takes a shot. Takes a big hit by Kennedy. Both players collide there. And the puck just goes outside the line. Back to neutral ice. Swarm faithful have woken up now, and all of a sudden we've got a Swarm chant going. First one I've heard all game. Good to see. Polozov. But is it too little too late? Polozov up to Atwell. Atwell over the line. Over to Polozov. Has a shot. Oh, well saved off the top of the right pad by Chaba as he extends beautifully to make that save. Ellis breaks away 1-on-2. Doesn't move. Backhand to his skates and through. Showing some fancy skill work there. 2 minutes remaining in this game. 3-1 is the score. Admirals ahead by 2. Vornov gives the puck away to Henderson. Not where you want to give it to. And another giveaway, though. Thuler gets it. Passes it up to Kozak. Kozak streaking away on a breakaway. Has his stick lifted at the last second. And that is going to be looks like a penalty call to Regan, who, wow, was clearly beat by Kozak, but Kozak had his stick lifted, which looked legal in my perspective. However, the referee says no. Oh, and he's elected a penalty shot. Both hands above the head and putting a penalty shot up, now indicating puck is being put at center ice. Daigle, the captain of the Admirals, wondering, are you sure about that one? Not quite sure. I wouldn't agree with him there, but we have a penalty shot. 1 minute 46 in the third period. Andre Kozak is going to be shooting on Chaba Kriskos Mangos. This is a big moment in the game here, folks. Scoring here would put them within 1 and really put this contest a lot closer. So the referee giving some last second instructions to the goaltender, and he blows a whistle. That signals, okay, go ahead and take this penalty shot. Kozak streaks in. What's he going to do? Fakes a slap shot, goes to the forehand, and he mishandles the puck. The pressure of the moment really succumbed to him. And that will register as not even a shot on goal. Opportunity lost or squandered on that one. Kozak will not be happy as he skates to the bench and sits down. Then he goes back out there as the coach taps and says, go on, redeem yourself. So the Admirals possibly dodge a bullet there. And also avoid a penalty as Moses and Hay collide. So 1 minute and 30 seconds left. There's a lot of physical contact happening down in the Swarm zone. Oh, the Admirals don't keep it in. Kozak has it again. He's got a one-on-one. Likes to have a slap shot. Blocked by Hayward Jones up into the roofing, and that will have another stop of play at 1 minute, 19 seconds left. So please do not go away if you are just tuning to this YouTube live stream broadcast. I'm Ian Wanamaker commentating this NZIHL action, 1 minute, 19 seconds. As we have, I believe, is a timeout called by a Botany Swarm, and they will take 30 seconds to discuss their next options and tactics to see what they can come up with as a plan, as a strategy to get this game within 1. As both players from both teams skate to the bench, and Coach Free and his assistant will give some last-second instructions here as we take a shot over to the Admirals side. And you've got the other coach, Cam Stephen, doing the same with his troops, also led by a leadership group over there. So Swarm, they break away. They get ready for the face-off. Same with the Admirals. They will get ready. So 1 minute 19, third period. Score to the Admirals is 3 and 1 to the Botany Swarm. NZIHL points in action on the line, and the Swarm have pulled their goaltender, so they have an extra attacker on the rink, making it 6-on-5. We shall see if they get possession of the puck here off the faceoff. Hopkinson does well to win it. Sandoy, hard wrist shot, doesn't make it through. Vornov looking to get control of this puck. They need it, otherwise they don't want to give it away. It does get momentarily over that blue line and brought back in by Voronov, and the referee linesman says that's offside. Face off just outside the Admiral zone. 1 minute, 7 seconds in this match. So extra emphasis on the face-off here as Chalice and Hopkinson go for it. Hopkinson kicks it to win it. And sent in on goal by Polozov. He holds, Chaba holds on temporarily, then gets rid of it. And that puck goes all the way down the other end of the rink. No icing because it was shot by a Swarm player. Sandoy can't get it out of the zone. Has to retreat back behind his own net. The net is empty. 40 seconds. Turn the puck over. Admirals send it back down. Chewing up more time of that clock. Less likely of a Swarm comeback, but anything can happen. 30 seconds remaining. Atwell down to Sandoy. Sandoy. Oh, sorry, that's Ollie Hay. Ollie backhands it up off the wall. Now it's Sandoy. Has it. 18 seconds. Gives it up to the middle, center ice. Then Chalice gets it. And that is offside. The last 12 seconds of the game. Will the Swarm put their goaltender back in? Yes, they do. The faceoff is just outside their zone. They will go back to 5. 12 seconds. Less and less likely to get 2 goals in 12 seconds. Possible, yes. Likely, no. Simple answer there. Kozak over to Mawson. Mawson has it sent down into the Admiral zone. No icing call, so that will take us to the end of the game. 3-1 is the final score. Admirals from West Auckland, they take the points. First game for both teams in this NZIHL contest. Final shots on goal, 25 to the Swarm, 21 to the Admirals. Admirals doing well with shooting percentage there, 1 out of every 7 going in. And Swarm maybe not so lucky there with 1 out of 25 going into the goal. So thank you very much, team, for all of you who have watched this live stream broadcast. We do appreciate the viewership. I'm Ian Wanamaker, and on behalf of myself, Josh, Michael, and the team here, we appreciate everything and the support. Stay tuned for tomorrow's game. We have these teams playing off again over at West Auckland's home rink, and that is Paradise Avondale, as we will have a home and home set of games as players do the customary handshakes after the game, and they will see each other once again tomorrow over at Paradise Botany. Thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your evening. Stay safe. Ka kite anō.